And to learn more about energy exploration of the Arctic, I'm joined now by Carl Larry. He's the director of oil and gas for consulting firm Frost & Sullivan. We want to thank you for joining us from Houston. How practical is exploration in this region, given just how remote it is and the harsh conditions we just saw in Sean's report?
Well, there's a lot of other opportunities, especially in the United States now, that are giving a better chance to a lot of those workers up there. They can look more into the North Dakota area, the Texas area, the Marcellus Shale area in the eastern side of the country. So as long as those start to develop or continue to develop, you're going to see a lot more of those laborers kind of pulling away from those Arctic areas into the contiguous United States.
We just saw this election in Venezuela where a lot of it was dependent on the oil prices dropping. Talk to me about the dependency on the price of the barrel of oil and how that factors into all of this.
Well, it's twofold. One, as long as the price of oil goes down, those costs that you have to keep up for production are going to get hurt, and you're going to see a lot of shrinking in that area. So, especially in places like Alaska or the Arctic, where it's a little bit more expensive to bring that oil out, you're going to see those cuts come first. Now, on the flip side, you have foreign investment in the area of the U.S. Arctic and Alaska. They're going to be quick to pull out because they have other projects in other areas of the world that they need to focus on that maybe aren't going to be that high of a risk and a better reward.
What impact does this have, not just on the local environment, but also on the economy? Does it change the dynamic? Does it create jobs? We heard Rusty Wallace say in that report, he's not there because he loves the weather.
Yeah, I think, you'll see a shifting of the economy. I think that, again, we see a lot more development of oil in the U.S., in North Dakota, in Oklahoma, and Texas. And those costs, that risk reward, I should say, the monies that you're spending, the money that you're making becomes a lot easier to handle in these areas than it is up there in the Arctic and Alaska. So you'll see that economy kind of slide back as we see more people, more exploration, more production, more labor head back into areas that are much more livable.
And Carl, I know you touched on foreign countries there, but maybe dig a little deeper. What degree are international companies interested, or are they not as interested, would you say, because of what you've just been talking about?
Yeah, they're definitely not as interested. I mean, when you look at a company like a Shell or a Statoil that's recently pulled out of the area, what you see them is taking their money, their investment, and putting it into areas that they're already focused on. So the North Sea, Nigeria, Venezuela you just mentioned, these are places that they have money invested, that the potential for the rewards are a little bit better because they don't have to worry about the risk. And, there's a lot more oil there that they can still tap. It's just the problem right now is there's such a big supply that you want your risk to be minimal and your rewards to be much better.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us from Houston tonight. Appreciate it.